Well. We're here. We're on time. It's Wednesday, baby. Wednesday. I see we got people starting to pile in the chat. I've got my ducks in a row. I think. Maybe. Is this thing on? You know what? Let's go ahead and start shouting people out as we hop into this live stream. We got Henry G, Marco, Knife Mom, Cat Scratch. What's up, Mick Ranger, Joe Kasperick? Good to see you, man. Welcome into Henry G. Hang on, we're scrolling. We're gonna catch up with this chat before we go live. You just watch. Just watch. All right. And then, of course, I lose my spot. Welcome into Cliff Brott, Robert Jones. Good to see you, fellas. Hang on. We're scrolling. Eric Johnson, welcome in. Welcome into On the Edge EDC. My man Top Dog's here. Jim Miller's here. Hold on. Ed B's here. Dirty Dan's here. People coming out the woodworks. Welcome into Brad Mitchell. What's up, Brad? Good to see you. Hold on. We're scrolling, baby. Ed says, I was told there would be spicy shit consumed tonight. Maybe. I got my customary shot of hot sauce in. Get fired up for the live. Let's go. All right. Let's see here. Who did I miss? Miss Groundfog, what's up, man? Good to see you. All right. Jojo, what's up, Jojo? TC Blades in the house. Good to see you, TC. Hold the phone. Brown Sugar, what's up? Ian Goats. What's up, Ian? Welcome in, man. Says, when are we going to witness the taking of the shot of hot sauce? I mean, I suppose I could go run and grab another shot of hot sauce. Maybe I'll do that in the next live stream. Is that something you guys actually want to see? We could talk about it. Welcome into Burning Stables. Burning Stables Forge in the house. All right, guys. It's about that time. Enough is enough. Hold, please. Hold while we transition into the live stream. We made it, baby. It's Wednesday, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Some say it's a fictional time. Some say it's the only time. What time are you on? You know what? Don't answer that question. I know it's probably Eastern Time. Listen, where's my camera at? I've got a really janky port holding together my HDMI connection. So I'm always a little bit nervous to move the camera at all. If I move it, it could just shut off. Oh, man. Guys, welcome in. The holiday season is in full swing. Christmas approaches. Have you done your holiday shopping? I hope the answer to that is yes. Listen, trying to ship stuff right now is a national nightmare that we all share. That moment when you're like, oh shoot, I forgot dear Aunt Betty. I was about to ship out her socks. Found out that the post office might not actually get them there on time. Just kidding. I don't have a dear Aunt Old Betty, but I know that that's you out there somewhere watching the live stream right now being like, oh, I did forget Aunt Betty. What have I been up to? You guys might be wondering. Work stuff. Around my work, as it turns out, everything always ramps up in my regular day job and in my side hustle towards the end of the year. Everything ramps up. Everything. So all of a sudden, I've got a lot of like regular real life work stuff to do that soaks up an enormous amount of my time. Sometimes it's just difficult to work on the channel. But you know what it's not too difficult to do is do these live streams. These live streams are great because they give me an opportunity to connect with you guys on a real level. No editing. There's still sound effects. I know. 65% of you just tolerate them. But I like them. So we're going to go with that. I love it when someone pops in my videos and they're like, you know, good video, but kill the sound effects. Kill the music. Kill all the things that you do that you enjoy. Like, no. Listen, I've been doing this for 3.5 years now. And I've decided I'm just going to make the content the way I want to make it, how I want to make it. Screw the peanut gallery. If people want to watch, they'll watch. If they find it entertaining, they'll like the video. And if they want to watch more, they'll hit the subscribe button. And if that's you out there and you've forgotten to do that, shame on you. I'll give you a pass. Just this once, though. I've been having a lot of fun carrying, missed the thumb stud, carrying this guy. If you were in the waiting room, you may have seen it. This is the Quiet Carry. The Quiet Carry Drift C. A little bit of ASMR for you guys. Somebody commented on one of my videos today. They're like, when you switch to your over the tabletop review, is that a voiceover? No. It can sound like it sometimes because I'm just this disembodied voice. I don't do voiceovers. I think the amount of times where I've had to do a voiceover because the audio didn't connect with the video and I ended up having to record the audio separate is like maybe 2 or 3 times out of like 700 videos. I don't even remember the last time I've had to do that. And most of the time, I'll just re-record the freaking video. Anyways, I'm getting off track here. Excuse the EDC ADHD. Quiet Carry Drift C has been solidly carried for the last 4 days, ever since it came in. Ever since it arrived, it has not left my pocket. There was a really big release for Quiet Carry too. They had a lot of these in stock. So if people wanted them, they could get them. They did eventually sell out. I think they restocked pretty quickly and then I think they may have sold out again. I don't know. I'd have to check. Doesn't matter. What matters is that this has been one I've really been enjoying carrying. And if you got one of these when they released, I'd really be interested in hearing your thoughts. What do you think of the Drift C? Let's talk about it. And better yet, guys, what was in your pocket? For those of you channel members, get on over to the Only Spartans Discord, pop your pocket check into the pocket check channel on the Discord. And also, I'm going to do something today that I've never done before. You see, there's this feature on Discord that allows me to grant temporary access. Temporary access. I know my Discord mods are like, you don't pay us enough for this. Temporary access. And that means that whenever your session is done, unless a role in the Discord has been assigned to you, it kicks you out, right? So I was thinking, tonight, we're going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to go ahead and pop an invite link in the chat. It's going to grant temporary membership to whoever wants to join the Discord. If you click on that link, go and leave a pocket check photo. It doesn't have to be amazing. I mean, it could be if you take great photos. Get over there. And I might even pick one or two of you to stick around. That's right. That's right. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that in the chat, and then I'm going to post it at the top of the chat. I'll pin the link. Click on that link, get in the Discord. Show us a picture of what your pocket check was today. What did you carry? Knives, flashlights, pens. Keep it appropriate. Please don't make me regret this. Someone's out there like, I got some feet pics for you. I heard you like toes. I'm just going to go ahead and pop this in there, guys. Forgive me, Discord mods. Forgive me. This is a test run. If it's successful and we get some cool results, we may do it again. Again, it's temporary membership. Temporary membership. So whenever your session on that Discord ends, you're gone. Unless we assign a role, or unless you join as a channel member, and then you can get a full invite as well. But that being said, let me know what was in your pocket today. There's absolutely no excuse for people not to pile in if they want to. There you go, guys. It's not like we set the bar too high before. 99-cent memberships? Come on. Come on. I'm far behind on the chat, and I know I'm missing stuff, so let me get that out of the way. I'm going to do some scrolling up. I was so proud of myself for getting in early and being like, yeah, I'm going to say hi to everyone. Ian says, do it, double down. You're talking about the shot of hot sauce. We'll do a shot of hot sauce live in the next live stream. How about that? How about that? Mick says, next live? No, we want it now. I'm not JG Wentworth. 877 cash now. Damn, that was good advertising. Not because it was a truly good advertisement, but because if I say 877 cash now, everyone knows JG Wentworth. We're going to go ahead and start shouting some people out. Shout out to my man, Ed! Thank you for the $2 super. He says, hot sauce. I want to see a ghost pepper consumed. I actually went to the store and I looked for one. My local Fred Meyer, a.k.a. Kroger, does not, in fact, carry any such ghost peppers. Believe you me, I was actually kind of disappointed. They had, like, jalapenos, which store-bought jalapenos are weak, man. They had habaneros. Again, store-bought jalapenos are weak. They did not have any ghost peppers. Maybe they're out of season. I don't know. What's the market for ghost peppers? Really? What's the market for it? So I can't really blame them. I'm in Boise, man. Boise, I'm sure I can find something. I'll have to look around to a few more stores. I'd love to do some spicy foods on the live stream. I think that could be fun. You guys might even see me cry on a live stream. Just kidding. Just kidding. I would excuse myself first. Shout out to my man Top Dog for the $5 super. He says, it's Rollshambo cookie time. That's what time it is. What kind of cookie? And if you say oatmeal raisin, I'll give you a pass. I'll give you a pass. Please don't say oatmeal raisin. And shout out to Ian Coates for the $2 super. Says 877 hot sauce now. You guys are killing me, man. You really want me to do it on this live stream? Another shot of hot sauce. What's up, Geek? Good to see you, Geek Machinist. Welcome in. All right. Hold on. I know I've missed stuff. I monologued for far too long. Welcome into B Shady. What's up, man? We're only going to scroll up a little bit. Just a little bit. Henry says, if you don't like it, let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. What are we talking about? If we don't like what? Ian says, I'm a member of the peanut gallery that was given power. Indeed. Oh, man. Roll is like me when he whispers. It's just normal volume. I don't know what normal volume is. My wife consistently has to tell me that I'm talking too loudly in my house. Too loudly. Like I was raised in a barn. Which, I mean, I may have been, but that's aside from the point. This is my inside voice. All right. What's up, Joe's Garage? He says, how do you like it compared to the 9? I'm hesitant to answer this question because it's something that I want to talk about when I do my video on the Drift C. But these live streams don't get super massive. My regular content has a much bigger audience than my live streams, probably because I'm on late on Wednesdays and Saturdays. So I'll tell you guys. Hang on. There it is. Had to hop into the Grail drawer. So this is the Quiet Carry 9. This is what I considered to be the pinnacle of production knife manufacturing, period. It's not made in a communist country. It's made in a capitalist country. Extremely, exceedingly well contoured handle scales, use of inlays on the contouring, which fit really well. It's excellent. The finish on that carbon fiber is incredible. Quiet Carry knows how to do a proper knurling. Their knurling is the best I've encountered, period. We got contouring on the handle scales. We've got a deep carry pocket clip that's also titanium and milled. We've got the most perfectly dialed in action. As I fail it, I'm trying to do it left-handed. Leave me alone. It's notchy, but it's also quick and crisp, and it's not too stiff. It makes good noises when it deploys. I don't know if my microphone's adequately going to pick that up, but we've got a really good edge bevel, good cutting geometry. I love it. The Quiet Carry 9 is one of those knives, in my opinion, that bats far above its weight class. I've been more satisfied with this than some knives that I've handled that cost twice as much. The Quiet Carry 9, in my opinion, is one of those knives that could be a one and done knife. It's one of those knives that I could carry all the time and not feel like I'm missing out on something. That's why I call it the litmus test. Because everything after this in price point doesn't necessarily get any objectively better. So the question is, how would I compare the Drift C against the 9? Well, I haven't had the C as long as I've had the 9. But I'll tell you this. This is a much easier carry. It's not as much of a commitment. It's a light knife. And it has some improvements. It has some things that I love on the Drift C that you don't get on the 9. One of them is going to be the way that they chamfer those edges. You see how those are crowned edges? On the 9, they're not. They're not harsh. They are knocked down. But there's not as much dimension there. They're not rounded out. It's like that's a flat surface, right? Versus on the Drift, it crowns over on that chamfer. That is really, really comfortable. Also, we've got a much lighter knife. Now, granted, the 9 is a bigger knife. It is a bigger knife. Not by that much. We're talking about the difference between like a Para 3 and a paramilitary 2. The action on this feels different. I'll say this right now. The blade shape on this is better. The cutting geometry on this is better. Look how thin that blade spine is. Like, I can't even get my camera to focus on it. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the difference. Can you see the difference? Now, thin cutting geometry isn't everything, obviously. This is a better cutter. The 9 is a really good cutter. No issues there. It's not what I would consider to be like the end-all be-all cutting machine, but it's perfectly adequate. It's got a stout enough blade stock to to give you a lot of confidence. But if we're going for pure slicing ability, the Drift C has it beat by miles. Also, I really love how beautiful the 9 is with that blue sea swirl carbon fiber. It's incredible. It's incredible. The full knurling on here is also incredible. So right now, I would say this. It's really hard to judge. It's really hard to judge. And I have a hard time doing that because I don't want to say one thing and then a month from now I'll be like, you know what? Maybe I still like the 9 better. I mean, I'm allowed to change my opinion, I guess. There is one specific thing that I do not like on the Quiet Carry Drift C as much as I like on the 9, and that's going to be the pocket clip. Now, I want to be clear. I don't have an issue with this pocket clip the way that it is. I don't have any issue in the hand, in and out of the pocket with ease, not a big deal. Visually speaking, I don't think there's any reason why the Drift C should have a pocket clip that's as long as the 9. I feel like the pocket clip is a little long. They should have shortened it up just a wee bit. Just a wee bit. I know why they didn't. They would have ran into that lock bar relief cutout. But there's no reason why it needs to be as long as the clip on the 9. There's no reason for that. I would have preferred a short clip on this guy. Some people I've talked to have even gone as far as to say, I would rather have the wire clip. Let me get one thing very clear. No. Wire clips look cheap. They feel cheap. They're not sturdy. The amount of stories I've heard of people snagging wire clips on stuff, getting them bent out of shape and not being able to get them bent back. No. Wire clips are functional. They function very well, but they have no business on a $300+ knife. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Wire clips, fine. Up to $150, fine. Put them on your S30V knives. Fine. But they have no business on a $300+ knife. It's one of the reasons why I didn't like hop, skip, and jump over to get a regular drift. It's like, I don't want a wire clip. Could I replace it? Sure, but I always have to account for that cost when I think about a wire clip replacement. And then sometimes it's not a perfect fit and you fiddle around with hardware and stuff. I digress. The question is, how do you like it compared to the 9? Hopefully that answered your question. Which one do I think is better? I mean, objectively, it's hard to say. It depends on what you prize. Outward aesthetics, absolutely nothing is beating the 9. I'm sorry. The Quiet Carry 9 is still, in my opinion, a better looking knife. Which one's going to slice cardboard better? The Drift C, all day. All day, baby. All day. But I will say this. I'm as happy with this knife as I am with this knife. This is going to be one of those knives that people compare to the Oz Rosie, to the Neutron 2, to the Para 3, to the Sage 5, to many of the smaller EDC size knives. I gotta say, it's been incredibly difficult to put this down. I carried 2 knives for the last couple of days, and the only one I reached for in my pocket was this one. They didn't pay me to say anything. They didn't send me this for a review. That's just my opinion. If I had to pick one, which one would I pick? I wouldn't. I would just have both. Hopefully that answers the question, man. I'm really looking forward to making my content on it, and I hope you guys are as well. Ed says, is he snubbing our super chats? I didn't snub anybody's super chat. I'm just behind in the chat. I'm just going to go down to the most recent because I can't be behind like this. Ed says, do you suffer from the drip, drip, drip of gun? If not, play with Rolls like button. If you could, give it a little tickle on the way in. I'd appreciate that. I would definitely appreciate that. And says, I'd give Ed B a proper knurling, but he doesn't swing that way. You never know. You never know. Joe's Garage says, just thinking the larger blade of the Drift LCT would just be more different, diverse than having the 9 and the C with such closely sized blades. Yeah, I mean, the 9 is kind of in between though. Like, hold on. Let's head on over to Quiet Gary real quick. We're going to quietly head over there. Quietly. So there are many people that were not happy with the LCT. When I got this knife, my initial thought was, this is going to satiate my hunger for the LCT. When in fact, all it really did was confirm the fact that I need more quiet carry knives in the collection. Some people didn't like the deployment hole. They said it was awkwardly shaped, which is weird to me. Because when I said that about the Dixon, everybody laughed and said I was crazy. Some people don't like the thickness of the blade. Some people think the blade itself is too thick. I mean, it's a large. It's large and in charge, baby. So let's take a look at the LCT real quick. $380, you get contoured knurling, titanium, Vanax, you know, the whole shebang. 3.4 inches. Not a super long blade. A lot of us would consider that to be a full-size blade, but not like overly large. It's not even a full 8 inches long. Like, that's what gets me when people talk about how big the LCT is. Like, it's too big. It's like, not really. It's not really too big. Titanium, LC200N lock bar insert, 5 ounces. Got it. I will say this. Does this blade look different, almost differently shaped? Is it just me? It might be just me. I'm telling you that the Drift C looks like it has an ever so slightly more aggressive drop point. Anyways, not even 8 inches. 7.79. We'll call it 7.8. We'll give it that extra 0.1. Now let's check out the 9. So 7.8 inches. The 9 the 9 is going to be popping in $360. 7.5 inches. So it's like it's closer, but it's still not as big as the LCT. And then of course you're going to have this guy, which incredibly, like, this is 6.95 inches overall. It doesn't feel like it's that small. Like on the real estate, I get a full 4-finger grip, no problem, with a little bit of room to spare. And you also have this big old finger sharpening choil combo up front. So if you really want to, you can choke up on it if you need to. Love the 9. Love the Drift C. They're both great. And then of course there's the Drift L, which is, they actually have one in stock, $335, slab style, of course, 7.8 inches. So same size as the LCT, which it should be. The difference there is going to be the contouring and the milk pocket clip. It's just this wire clip, man. Like, I'm sorry. Like, what a way to destroy a good looking knife. Like, we're going to kill it everywhere else, but let's mail it in on the pocket clip. Please? Can we get a real clip? I'm going to reiterate, guys. I don't think that this is as good looking of a clip as they could have designed for this knife. I would still prefer this clip over that clip. 7 days a week, twice on Sunday. I don't think you get any benefits out of that wire clip versus this clip right here. I would have preferred that this be a little bit shorter. Like a stubby clip would have been perfectly fine. It's not a big knife. You don't need all that super deep carriedness. Like a pocket clip about 3/4 of the size would have been perfect. Anyways. Yeah, 9 in the C. I would say the 9 is closer to the LCT size-wise than it is to the Drift C. It's kind of in the middle, right? 7.5 overall versus 7.8 versus essentially 7. So it's right there, roughly in the middle. I do need to get more quiet carry knives. The ones I'm trying not to forget are going to be, number one, the catch. I keep hearing great things about this knife. I don't know. And then the other one that I keep hearing good things about is going to be the Strand. This is a hollow ground blade. Still in stock. For example, I would have preferred if they'd given the Drift C the same pocket clip as the Strand, which is kind of a hybrid-ish type of clip. It's not quite a wire clip, it's not quite a mill clip, it's somewhere in between. Like, that would have been my preference. See how stubby that is? See how short that is? It's not going all the way out here. From a design standpoint, that would have been perfect for the Drift C. I said what I said, not taking it back. Alistace, what's up, man? He says, so should I assume when I think I see a left-handed pocket clip, it's actually a right-handed clip? I don't know. I don't think so. Not sure. Ability to julienne. It'll julienne. It'll Juliet. It'll do both. It slices, it dices, it makes julienne fries. Yep. Eric Johnson says, I wanted a Drift C, but Christmas happened and I chose family over self. Hope they restock again next year. They will, man. In fact, I could have swore they restocked again. Do they have them in stock? Nope. They're sold out. They were available there for a minute. The holiday season is always a little bit tough because it seems like when everybody has exhausted their funds on Christmas presents for others and Christmas presents for themselves, these companies are like, now is the time that we release everything. And you see it sit there. And it takes a lot of self-control. Because you're like, if this happened, this time 2 months ago, they would have been sold out already. Wouldn't have had the opportunity. And then you have to practice some self-control. So I get it, man. The good news is that Quiet Carry will most likely carry these again. Most likely. The Drift LCT launched. They initially sold out. They brought them back. The 9 launched several times. They sold out like 4 or 5 times throughout the first year they released the 9. And they kept restocking them. It would be silly for them not to. People like it. I'm telling you right now, the Drift C is an amazing knife. People are going to compare this to the Oz Rosie. Some of us are going to hear that and say, there's no way. There's no way. American made. I love my American made knives. I do. I collect them specifically. I spent more money on American made knives this year than I did on knives made anywhere else in the world. I'm going to call a spade a spade. The machine work, the production work on this is more impressive. Granted, it's a production knife. And you could argue that the Rosie is like a mid-tech CNC custom. So there's going to be differences. Just my opinion. Ian says, put a wire clip on a Chris Reeve knife and commit to the ultimate sin. I would rather not. I would rather not. Rolls top 10 wire clips 2025 vid in a week or so. Look, there's plenty of knives that are made with wire clips that I do like, but I always talk shit about the wire clip. Always. consistently. I have been consistent. I've been consistent. I hate wire clips, and I frequently replace them when I have the opportunity. Replaced it on my Sage 5s. Replaced it on both my Sage 5 and my Sage 6. Also replaced it on my Spyderco swish buoy. What else did I replace it on? Oh yeah, I had a Devo mini growler. I modified that one specifically to take a tall boy clip. I've been consistent on this. I don't have top wire clips. Wire clips look cheap, feel cheap. They're not sturdy. They bend when they snag on stuff, and because of their architecture, they're more likely to snag on stuff. Hey, shout out to my man John Blackman with the $2 super. Says today is my birthday. Happy birthday, John. Happy birthday, man. What did you do to celebrate today? I hope more than this. We're not equipped for birthday celebrations here. But seriously, man, what'd you do to celebrate your birthday today? Happy birthday to you. Big shout out to my man, John Blackman, longtime supporter. Ed says he's comparing a contoured knife to a slab. Look, they're comparable. They are comparable. When the Rosie first released, you know what people compared it to directly? The regular drift. Plus, it's about half the price. Hey, what's up, Sierra Rick? Says, whose birthday? John Blackman. John Blackman's birthday. Kevin Smith and Knives, good to see you, man. He says, does Spyderco titanium replacement clips work on quiet carry? I don't know. I don't know because I haven't bought any quiet carry knives with a wire clip. I've been consistent. That said, at some point I need to get an original drift large with the wire clip. And you guys can hear me complain about cheap clips once again. And I'll see if I can replace it. Today is not that day. Like many of you, it's the holidays for me. My pockets are tired, man. They are definitely tired. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and hop in the Discord because, in case you missed it at the beginning of the live stream, I pinned an invite link at the top of the live stream chat, which will grant anyone who clicks on it temporary membership to the Discord. Ordinarily, that Discord invite link is for channel members. However, I wanted to give people the opportunity to post their pocket checks. I really hope that I don't end up regretting this. I feel like I could. It's like when you run a radio show and you leave the phone line open for anybody to call in. You're like, hey, we have FCC regulations. Can't talk about that. I hope I don't regret this. Anyways, if you're on one of those temporary memberships, you drop a photo in the pocket check of whatever was in your pocket today, you may actually get added as a full Discord member. And on that bombshell, Jim Miller with the 5 gifted memberships. Jim, thank you so much, man. And congrats to all of those who just got channel memberships. That would be Chris Hinckley, J Slick EDC, Bladefulness, Fred the Lug, and Sub-Zero. Right on. Thanks again, Jim. And congrats to any new and or returning channel members. Let's go ahead and hop in the pocket check and let's see where we are. I think it starts... Where does it start? I was not the first today. Interesting. Nick T, he carried the Riot Mantis and the TSF. Look at that. I've been seeing this TSF. Or is that the Mantis? They're both Riots. I think that's the TSF. I could be wrong. You know what? Let's verify that real quick. Riot Mantis. Riot Mantis. The new one that everyone's carrying is the Mantis. My bad. My bad. Way to start the pocket checkout. Riot Mantis and the TSF below it. Very nice, man. People have been raving about this one up here. I've seen so many people happy with this. It's got some really interesting milling, like double milling going on the scales. Nice difference. 3.5 inch is on my wish list. I want one. I want one in full titanium, and I want one yesterday. And of course, you know I love the TRM lizard skin titanium. Gotta stay hydrated. Let's go. The ponds. Ooh, he's got the Vastid Mayhem. My bad. The RS Chaos. My bad. I'll always refer to it as the Mayhem. I'm sorry. I can't not. He's got the Stovepipe, which is another recent one that I got that I absolutely freaking love. And then an Arkfeld Ultra. I think that's the Ultra Special Edition. Is that the Ultra Pro? I know they released a new one recently-ish. It's hard to tell. It's an Arkfeld. Very nice. Drink water. Ooh, he's got a... Is that an Emerson CQC? Emerson CQC? I swear that's not the regular blade shape. Is that a Sax blade shape? We're not going to go down that road. And of course, the Spyderco McBee. Cat Scratch, he says, holiday drop fatigue. No, just flexing. You didn't carry all of those. I refuse to believe it. I'm not sure which one this is, but that's actually a pretty cool balisong. For those of you who are into balisongs, that dagger pincer blade shape, I don't know what to call that. It's freaking cool though. He's got a Riot Mantis. He's got a Concept Fenrir. He's got a couple one-track Mind Eyres, right? No. Yes? That's the, shoot. Talk about brain fatigue. It's the new one-track Mind Knife. We've talked about it many, many times. It's not the ire. I know I messed up. It's the Zorn. I don't even have to finish it. It's the Zorn. Freaking A. Sierra Rick says, we can't hear you. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? All right. Well, hopefully you can still hear me. Hopefully. We're going to keep it rolling. We're going to act like nothing's wrong. I didn't hit the mute button. I could. The mute button's right here. Now you can hear me. It's a very intentional mute button. It's not one that I hit accidentally. Let's see. Ooh. Ed's got a cool one. The Severn. Man. Love me some Winterblade. Winterblade in the winter. The Severn is a really, really cool knife. The Pond's got the Stovepipe going hard use. Oh man. I love your hard use scenario. 'Tis that time of year. I dig it, man. I really do like it. Stovepipe is such an awesome knife. I waited 2 years. I was patient. I was convinced they were going to get discontinued and go the way of the Spidey Chef and just drop in price. And then they got more expensive. Spyderco must have seen my video and said, no. Let's go. Brad Mitchell's got the Trinity. Nice, man. He's got a Sabenza. He's got a XM18 and an SNG. The Trinity. Do people still go for these? I hope so. Kevin Smith, he's got a Manix 2, and is that S30V? He's got the that's the Finch Buffalo Tooth. The Buffalo Tooth. That's one that I reviewed a long time ago. A long time ago. Like, it's been 3.5 years since I reviewed a Finch Buffalo Tooth. It's a cool knife. It's got a ProTech Mordax and a ProTech Runt. Very solid. John Tagamori, he's got that's the Bastard Knives Tibia, right? With the gray DLC handles. I remember when I saw that for the first time, I was like, there's no way that's DLC. DLC's always black. The more you know. Pretty sure that's the Tibia, right? Tibia? Did I get it right? Hey, I got it right. Yeah, gray. And in case you think I'm crazy, gray DLC. Gray DLC. That's a Jim Skelton design. That's actually one that I was pretty interested in there for a while. All right, we're going to keep it rolling. And of course, he's got an axial shift. Jojo, he says, I broke the Shaman in naturally. It was very stiff. Lynch tie scales under the tree. Ooh. Very nice. That action looks crisp. Aaron D2. Ooh, Aaron's got the new Koenig. That's the new Koenig. What? Oh, crap. What do they call it? I already forgot the name. My short-term memory is awful. You guys remember what I said, though. I said, I'm waiting on version 2. I'm waiting on version 2. But Aaron, I know you're in the chat, man. Let me know what your thoughts are on the new Koenig. I'm super, super curious. Super curious. What do you think of the new Koenig? Is it one that you're glad that you picked up? Would you recommend others pick it up if they can? Or should they follow my advice and wait for version 2? Let us know. Give us the details. Jim's got the Spyderco Swayback, the Rosecraft French Broadjack, and the SPEW. Very nice. Little march-in swish action up here at the top. I dig it, man. Dazed, he's got... Ooh, that's the... I believe this one's called the God of Mischief, the GOM. It's made by a company that makes Hanks. Which one is this? Which one is this? Which one is this? I don't recognize it. I need your help. Which one is the one on the bottom? I need help. Lots of help. Kevin Smith and Knives says, I found the Buffalo Tooth on the swap. Brand new inbox, $90. That's a good deal. That's a really good deal on that Buffalo Tooth. Jig titanium, big old fat blade. Really, really, really good action. Ed, he's got carry number 2, the wings and a knife. Look at that. You always make me hungry with these Wing Wednesdays. You know that? Rattlesnake micarta, Adam. Freaking gorgeous. Wings. But you know what, Ed? For all your talk of eating spicy food, those don't look spicy. What heat level are those? Did you come in hot with the lemon pepper wings? What heat level are those? I'm going to need you to order another round with whatever their hottest wing is. Do it. Do it. Let's see. Rainy's showing up with, she got the peanut butter and jelly S110 native 5. That's cool. I haven't seen a whole lot of these in S110. That is really cool. Lynch Northwest clip. Is that... Wait. Is that the same knife with just 2 different scales? Ooh, and then you got the 15V up there with the titanium Rips Garage Tech scales. I dig it. TC, he's got... Ooh. Why? Why do you tease me? Dragon Scale Utzler Duck. Concept Fenrir. One Track Mind Zorn. What is this one at the bottom? This one at the bottom's got to be Spearhead EDC, right? Spearhead EDC? EDC by Spearhead, I think. Not positive on this one right here. That Utzler with the Dragon Scale milling it might be at the top of my grail list. And I've seen these become available for like $1,600. $1,600. $1,600. That's at the top of my grail list right there. Utzler Duck with the Dragon Scale milling. That might be the most perfect Dragon Scale milling I've ever seen, by the way. I would say that Prince Customs is right next to it as far as desirable Dragon Scale milling. But the way that Utzler does this, where it, like, you see the different dimensions on the scales, it's incredible. And maybe it's just a trick of the light. I don't know. I've never handled one. I've never paid $1,600 for a knife. But it looks, it looks multi-dimensional. Like the scales are raised up and then layered. Could just be a trick of the light. Those scales look freaking gorgeous. Freaking gorgeous. So jealous. Skull, he's coming in with the C. Risner Coastline, the Indian Head, the Fenrir, and the Mercator Black Cat. Look at that. Look at that. Another solid carry. A lot of Fenrirs in the pocket check. I'm here for it. Love the Fenrir. It's been one of my favorite designs for the last several years. Let's go, Mike and Ikes. Mike and Ikes. He's got the tactile turn pen. Tough, man. That's what was in your pocket. I dig it. I've got 2 pens, and I switch on and off between carrying them. You know what's interesting about the pens? So one of these is the cam pen from Billet Spin. It's zirconium body, titanium clip, and click mechanism and tip. And the other one is also Billet Spin, but it's just the click top. Zirconium body, titanium tip, and clip. And I always thought that I would carry this one more. I actually carry this one more. Couldn't tell you why. I like them both. Both of them get a lot of use. A good pen is underrated. But you tell people how much you spent on those. Yeah, don't do that. Because their response will be, I get a Bic gel pen for 98 cents at Walmart. It does the same thing. Same thing. Robert Jones, what do we got here? Ooh, he's got a TCal folder. Wait, which TCal folder is that? I know they released one. I'm not sure the model name, though. That's pretty cool, man. I haven't seen a lot of people with those. That's pretty sweet. Are those are G10 scales, right? G10? I almost said aluminum. G10 scales, button lock, spearhead. You can call that a spearhead. Spearhead blade? Yeah. Looks good. B Shady, he's got a McNeese PM Mac 2. He's got, not sure what this is. He's got the Knipex pliers, Lynch Northwest all access pass. Really good looking pry bar right there. Got a set of dice. Very nice. I didn't know you played dice. How often do you win? Asking for a friend. I should not bet. Sierra Rick, he's got a drift. I'm assuming that's a drift large and an Noom's on. And is that the singing bass in the background? Or is that just a statue? You guys remember the Bass Pro Shops singing fish? Never mind. Dale Lane, he's got a Manix 2. Very nice. Manix 2 and M4 with the original goat scales. Like it, man. B Devious has got the that's the 10V Shaman. That's not a blade steel that you see all that often, is 10V. But 10V is a really cool blade steel. That, of course, with some rattlesnake or snakeskin micarta. I dig it, man. Geek Machinist. Look at that shot. Dang it. Look at that shot. There's so much depth in this photo. And a little birdie told me he took this on his phone and put us all to shame with his cell phone camera. That looks so good. You staged that perfectly. You know I'm going to miss when it comes to identifying fixed blades, but it looks cool. SOG power pint. Gerber pry bar. Very solid, man. I love the way you have that framed. That is a perfect shot. Cinematic. And that's the end of the pocket check. Guys, I'm slightly disappointed. I put out the invite link. I thought now is the time we get a flood of people joining to throw their pocket check in. Nothing. Not a tostada. It's okay. Sometimes you make plans and the universe laughs. I'll go ahead and just unpin the link. It was unsuccessful.
Epic fail.
But that's how it goes sometimes, guys. Truly, that's how it goes. I'm going to get back to the chat because I've missed stuff. I can only focus on one thing well at a time. I'm sorry. Let me check to see if I missed any anniversaries and whatnot. I just want to make sure that I haven't missed any anniversaries or whatnot. I don't think so. I'm scrolling up. I think I got everyone. Just Polly, what's up, man? He says, Rolls, did you see the new Shaman and the bodacious button lock scales on the original goat yet? What? No. What are we talking? Hold on. We'll go down this rabbit hole together. NAFs. Let's see. Shaman. Show me the Shaman. Ooh. Yojimbo 2 scales. I'm not going to get distracted. The bodacious button lock scales on original goat. So I'm not seeing it. Newest releases. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is where I need to go. Please point me in the right direction. Are they original goat? Am I missing it? Where is it? You got me all kinds of excited there. Bodacious button lock scales. Let's just do Spyderco bodacious button lock. We're just going to do a search. Here's Etsy. I'm guessing that's not what you're talking about. Original goat. Here we go. It's part of their 12 days of original goat Christmas. Ooh. Ooh, that's nice. That's very nice. Button operated release, Bodacious Shaman 2026 pre-order. Please tell me they're not just doing that to stock scales. And why is the button on the clip side? Images shown are not final products. Cool. Original goat, that is some lazy Photoshop. We want to see it not on the stock scales. We want to see it on original goat scales. I'm going to have to reach out to them. This is not the first time I've seen this, by the way, where they add a button to make it like the smock, like the Spyderco smock. I believe it was Way of Knife, or it was one of the knife modder, one of the knife modders. Shout out to Todd Carr. Todd Carr lent me one. I believe it was Todd Carr. It was for a pair of 3 where they did this, and they basically added a button. They added a button and a scale set that fit over the button. So this is not the first time it's been done where a Spyderco has been changed by a knife modding company to add that smock-like button. It's not the first time, but it is really cool. Really cool. Spyderco's not watching, but if they are, Spyderco, why are you letting all these companies steal your lunch money? Spyderco has been putting out the same models for year after year after year because they sell. Because you don't fix it if it ain't broken. But you know what? You know how you get people to buy more Spydercos? Update the freaking compression lock to a button compression lock. The people have spoken. That's what we want. Can I see it on any of these? If I click on drift or wings or axis, dang it, it doesn't mention. It doesn't show us. That is a shame. Out of all the Photoshop talent that it took for them to add that little gray hexagon there, they couldn't Photoshop in their own scales. I want to see it. Why are you having us do a pre-order without a proof of concept? I'm sure it's going to turn out good. But it does bother me that they opened up a pre-order without a proof of concept. That's... I will never buy something that I don't have, at the very least, a picture of. I refuse. I have faith that it's going to turn out good. It's not that much. It's $50. That's probably just securing the spot, and then after they arrive, you get charged for the rest. I'm sure that's what it is. I'm sure that's what it is. Yeah, it's a deposit. It's a pre-order deposit. Let's see here. Yep, similar in feel to the Stage 6 and Smock. Yep. Vote with your wallet. I always say that. This is a deposit only for a future 2026 run, not a complete knife. You still need to provide your own Spyderco Shaman or Bodacious. Yep, we know. I'm sorry, I don't know how you can, in good faith, tell people to spend their money and not actually show them what they're buying. We get it. That's the concept, right? But where's the concept on the scales? In my opinion, that's lazy. That's lazy, Original Goat. Am I excited for the people that got in on this? Yes. Am I kind of interested myself? Yes. But it does bother me that we don't have an actual proof of concept here. It's just a Photoshop of a gray hexagon to tell us what's going on. McRanger says, take me to the river, drop me in the water. You don't want me to sing that song. B Shady says, that would be the Runt 5. Runt 5. Oh. See, I don't know my ProTech lore. But I was close enough for government work with the Runt. You know, kind of like when I see a Kershaw launch and I just don't feel like looking up which launch it is. It's the launch. Justin Pauly says, Kunu Gringo Vertilock Shaman Lightweight. Shaman Lightweight, man. Shaman Lightweight. The scales, I'm not a big fan of the scales. And according to people who have them, it's not even necessarily all that light. I have a shaman, and I actually made it heavier with titanium scales, and I don't regret that. Sarah Rick says, Rolls, that's one of the best dragon scales I've seen. Holy moly. Yeah, man. We're talking about TC Blades, dragon scale Utzler. I will drool on my keyboard if I continue to look at that thing. Do it, man. Post your collections on the Discord. We're all degenerates here. B. Devious says the new VC Edge interface was 1780-ish on his last drop, but yeah, I prefer the Utzler Duck with dragon scale. I'm telling you guys, like, I don't know anyone that does it better. Like, I'd say Prince Customs dragon scales are really, really good looking. Really good looking. But they're not as good looking as Utzler's dragon scales. At one point, Kevin Smock posted something on Instagram. Kevin Smock, that's the designer of the Spyderco Smock. And I commented, I said, when are we going to get the contour dragon scales? Because he did some dragon scales, and he said, that might be a little bit out of my skill set. So I tried, guys. I tried to get Kevin Smock involved to give us some contour dragon scales, but that was a no. It was a no, which I'm kind of bummed about because I'd love some dragon scale Smock scales. B Shady says we need clones labeled as well as AI labeled. Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm with you. I don't mess with clones. I don't mess with counterfeits. A lot of people do. Not me. It's the democracy of capitalism. You got to vote with your dollars. All right. Been lazy and had this toe surgery and everything. Man, I'm sorry. That can't have been comfortable. What was it? A year ago? I was tiptoeing down my stairs. I just put my daughter to sleep. I was tiptoeing down the stairs because I wanted to be quiet. I was wearing socks. Don't tiptoe down carpeted stairs wearing socks. I learned this lesson the hard way because I slipped and I skidded down a few stairs and I landed on my pinky toe. And the moral of this story is that even though it's small, you need your pinky toe to walk just as much as you need your big toe. I may have broken it. It's healed now. I can't bend it it's not as flexible as it used to be. Anyways, toe injuries suck. I wish you a speedy recovery, man. What's up, Buzz? We're just gonna call you Buzz. What's up, Buzz? Good to see you, man. Welcome into Blastered as well. Knife Mom says scam. What's the scam? Oh, are we talking about the original goat? I'm sure they'll follow through. It just bothers me that they don't have a proof of concept picture up. Like, it's one thing if you just have, for example, like what a lot of makers will do is if they don't have an actual prototype in front of them, what they'll do is they'll give us like a 3D design sketch. That's fine. At least you get an image of something. It bothers me that Original Goat just took a gray hexagon and then they put it on the scale side. Like, that's where we want the freaking button. Like, stop it. They put it on the clip side. Like, that's not where we want the button. Like, yes, it's representative of your idea. But you're getting people to commit without even a guarantee that you have a 3D design. You're literally asking, like, Original Goat is literally asking people to give them a deposit on something that they've never made. Because if they did, they would actually have a proof of concept or at least a 3D design image. But instead, they just photoshopped a gray hexagon on the clip side of some shaman and bodacious scales and said, this is what you're spending $50 on. You'll see what it looks like at some point. Again, I have full faith that Original Goat will do a good job. They historically have. They've always followed through. It's just that one little thing just bothers me. So I have a feeling those of you who are investing in your deposit will probably be pleasantly surprised. But you shouldn't have to be surprised. You should know what you're buying. And I'll stand on that. On the Edge, who's been a member for 8 months. Thank you for riding with the channel for the last 8 months. He says, oh, hey, almost a year coming up, brother. 4 months to go. 4 months to go. Thank you for all the support. I definitely appreciate it. Dan Stan, what's up, dude? He says, the G10 Sage 5 and Spy 27 is probably my next knife. It's going to take me like 2 months, maybe 3 to save for it. Totally worth it, though. Oh, listen, the Sage series, I've got a 5 and a 6 right here. Sage 5 right here, Rex 121. Love it. It's never far. It's got amazing cutting geometry. And then, of course, Sage 6 with the button lock. This one's S90V. I say button lock, button compression lock, the smock lock. You guys know what we're talking about. This guy right here with the Pyro Grip scales. Yes, it shows a little wear. I should probably clean it. It recently went through some packages. Leave me alone. The funny thing is, this is also made in Taiwan, except for the scales, which are modified, that are actually made right here in the States. Look at that. Wire clip has been replaced by a Lynch Northwest wire clip replacement. And I don't regret it at all. At all. Same thing with my Sage 5, although instead of Lynch Northwest wire clip replacement, I've got this more low profile 3D milled titanium clip, which works for some people and not for others because there's not a lot of headroom on there, but it helps keep the profile of the knife really slender. So unless you're wearing thick jeans, it'll work great. I was actually thinking the other day, like, do I really want to have, like, do I want to get another one of these clips, but for this guy? And I think I'm going to live with this one having the thicker clip. You know, that way I've got an option. Sage 6, Sage 5, same thing. The difference is a button. Or Rex 121 and S90V. Love them both. I'm here to tell you, totally worth it. Save up, brother. Get that Sage 5. You're going to love it. Shoot, I'd say get a Sage 6 at some point as well. It's worth experiencing them both. They're both incredible knives. McRanger says, Rollshambo, that's what the bass fish on the plaque sang. Says, I'm not a lightweight fan. I don't like the scales. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of like the polymer scales. Spyderco does a decent job. Unlike Hogue, Spyderco's FRN is tough. It is resilient. I don't like the way that it feels. It is probably one of the most premium polymer scales you can put on there. The FRN scales from Spyderco on their lightweights. Hogue's is awful. I've heard that microtech's polymer is awful. A lot of people consider the polymer handle scaled versions of those knives as just basically donor knives, so you can swap out the scales. And at that point, it makes sense, right? If you're not going to keep the scales anyways, why spend the extra on a G10 model? Unless there's a design difference, which makes it so you can't use the same aftermarket scales as the G10 model. It's a whole nother rabbit hole. William, what's up, man? He says, did Thunder Beast drop yet? Yes and no. So this is really interesting. I'm glad you brought this up. Hold on. We're going to go back to the screen share here. So check it out. Vosteed just announced the Thunder Beast the other day. They didn't announce a drop day. They didn't. If they had, you would have seen it all over their front page. They do a really good job of updating this front page banner with any of their drops. Now, that doesn't mean that they didn't add it to their site. It just means that they haven't released it on their site yet. So if you go here, you can find it, the Vosteed Thunder Beast. Go here and then boom, look, Thunder Beast. This is their new premium Vancor lock knife. Freaking beautiful. We've got design language that harkens back to the Vosteed Thunderbird, this time in a Vancor lock, premium materials like titanium. Look at the freaking milling on that clip. Like, oh my word. Oh my word. It says sold out, guys. They've not released them yet on their website. It says here, this product is scheduled to be released 9 p.m. Eastern on December 18th. That's tomorrow. They release tomorrow, but I'm going to let you guys in. Shout out to my man Dazed in the Discord because he let us in on a little secret. If you go on over to White Mountain Knives didn't get the memo. White Mountain Knives said, sorry, Vosteed. We do what we want around these parts. And look at this. If you type in Thunder Beast, boom. Well, they were there. They are sold out. These were available earlier when Dazed mentioned it. So maybe they were only available for a minute and then White Mountain Knives realized that they weren't released yet. Or maybe people saw that they were available and just snatched them up super quick. I'm not sure which one. White Mountain Knives had these available earlier today. He did. The benefit of White Mountain Knives is that they do allow on most knives to use your favorite content creator discount code. You can use LTK for Love Them Knives. It's a 10% discount. You can use mine, which is RSB10, 10% discount. Every channel has a White Mountain Knives discount code. None of us get anything if you use it. Absolutely none of us get anything. So it doesn't matter which one you use. But you can take 10% off. So you could essentially take $25 off if you were to buy it at White Mountain Knives. So instead of $250, which I still think is a fair price for what you're getting, assuming there's no manufacturing issues, you get it for $225 instead with free shipping. And White Mountain Knives doesn't charge taxes. That's a big one. They don't charge taxes. They don't charge shipping. But recently they stopped accepting PayPal. So those of you operating off of PayPal, so sad. No more PayPal at White Mountain Knives. At least not the last time I checked. I was kind of disappointed when I saw that. So are these coming back to White Mountain Knives, or did they just sell out quickly once people saw that they were on White Mountain Knives? I don't know. But officially, they're releasing on Vosteed's website tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern, which is 7 p.m. Mountain, which is 6 p.m. Pacific, or 8 p.m. Central. There we go. Covered all the time zones. These release tomorrow, $249. I would check Vosteed's Facebook. It's not uncommon for them to have a 10% discount code on their Facebook. I would check their social media posts. They almost always offer a discount code of some type whenever they first release something. But the best part is that I am going to have one of these coming in. Should be this guy. I've actually spent more money on Vosteed knives than having them send me review units. A lot of people think I just get all the Vosteeds for free. That's not the case. I've spent more money with Vosteed than they've spent with me. But this time, they're not making me do that. You know, Vosteed reached out and said, we'd love for you to check out our newest model. This one's very important. So I'll let you guys in. They're going to send me one to review. I'm really excited about it. If they hadn't, I would have got one anyways. Oh, man. Because like you, I'm also a degenerate. Gosh, I'm so excited for this one. So excited for this one. They took some design cues from the Thunderbird, and then they just upgraded everything. They've come so far since the Vosteed Thunderbird. So far. I love the way they did that clip. Love the blade shape. Love the aggressive deployment hole. Vancor lock, super solid knife lock. Front flipper, rear flipper. And you can get it however you want it. You can get it in this plain Jane. You can get it with a plain Jane with a blue button. I like that one. You can get it with blue with the gray button. You can get it with the bead blasted finish. You can get it with the satin finish. You can get it with the black finish. Is that acid wash? I don't know. Is it acid wash? I'm not sure. Is it black wash? Not sure. My two favorite are obviously the plain Jane and the plain Jane with the blue button. I'm really excited about this one. They're going to be released tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern, which is 8 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Mountain, or 6 p.m. Pacific. If you didn't know, now you know. It has not officially dropped yet. Either White Mountain Knives dropped the ball and released early and they sold out, or they realized that they shouldn't have released early and they just took them down. That's what I think happened. Kevin Smith Knife says, one band I never seen and wish I had, the Talking Heads. That would be a good one to see too. Hold on. Oh, yes. Ed, thank you for reminding me. Guess what? After years of waiting, Spyderco has finally decided to release the Spyderco Edgerati. Spyderco Edgerati. This was part of a release, like, I swear it was over a year ago. They mentioned that they were releasing this knife over a year ago. Pre-orders have been live for this for over a year. And they finally released it. And you can pick one up right now on their site for $330. Am I going to do that? No. Listen, that's the MSRP price. Don't pay that. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for two reasons. One, I want these to hit regular retailers. Regular retailers are not going to be selling it at $330, or at least I hope they don't. We all remember what happened with the Bodacious. $280. Basically a Shaman. S30V. Many people were like me and weren't happy with that. So it might be the same story with the Edgerati. These might hit retailers and retailers might stand firm and say, nope, we're selling it for MSRP as long as we can. But at some point, I'm going to jinx it. At some point, this price has got to go down. Typically, Spyderco price on their website is usually higher than what you're going to pay for that same Spyderco at any other retailer out there. So that's what I'm waiting for. But also, I'm hoping that in that time, we get another blade steel. It could take a while to get a non-S30V variant. It could take a while. But I sure as hell am not paying $330 for S30V. I'm not. That is the Spyderco tax. I refuse to pay it. I'm going to wait for that price to jump down. I would expect that to go for more like $250. $250. At the very least, $280. At the very least. But it is officially here. The wait is over. Hopefully, those of you who have Knife Center pre-orders in, hopefully y'all start getting your Edgeratis here soon. I hope. But there it is, guys. Edgerati, that released. That's cool. Finally and officially. What's up, Lakeside? Good to see you, man. Yep. December 18th. December 18th. That's for the Thunder Beast. On the Edge says the DLC is still on hold for the Edgerati. Of course it is. Of course. Of course. Jim says, I didn't like the way the Bodacious felt. I'm a fan of the Shaman. I like the fact that it has an aggressive forward finger choil. I like that. I like the finger choils on the Shamans. But enough people said that they wanted more cutting edge. And Spyderco said, great, let's do less work, charge just as much, and call it a brand new model. And we all bought it. I mean, when I say we, I mean the community. I didn't. I'm standing firm. I've got a Shaman. I got a Shaman, and I do prefer the Shaman design, personally. Ed says, benchmade pricing for poop holes. Say it ain't so. That's not benchmade pricing, dude. That's just MSRP. Benchmade MSRP for this would be like $450. Oh, man. man. Just Pauly says Temu had them months ago. They it's really interesting. I'm really curious. Like, I know those are counterfeits. But that would be a really interesting one to actually check out and see how close they got just going off of the photos, because nobody was able to get the Edgerati. Nobody. So how did they make a counterfeit just based off of a photo? Did it just look like it? Did they just steal the photo, and the product that people bought when they bought that counterfeit was much, much, much different? That is actually a really good question. So it looks like it would get dirty fast. It's a skeletonized design. Looks like you could actually clean it pretty fast too. Run a hose through it. Just, hit it with the yard hose. Everything will just blow right out. I'm really interested in this blade shape. It's a really low cutting edge angle. A tiny bit of belly. Just a tiny bit of belly. I'm really curious to find out how thin they made that blade stock, because Edgerati tells me that it is, well, do they mention it? Blade thickness? Wow. Blade thickness. 145 thousandths. I mean, it should be a great cutter. It should be a great cutter. With a name like Edgerati, I expect not just good cutting geometry, but an excellent edge from factory as well. For me personally, I'm not a big fan of the skeletonized knife scale designs. There's very few that I actually look at and I say, you know what? I like the Skelly design. There's very few. But we know that most likely those scale makers are probably going to make some really cool aftermarket scales for these. And hopefully they don't think that we all want skeletonized scales. Scale makers, if you're watching. Probably not, but if you are, scale makers, don't give us more skeletonized scales, please. If we want that, we'll just stick with the stock scales. Give us full, regular scales, please. Thank you. All right. Jim says, the grip and the 940 are the only benchmades worth buying, in my opinion. The benchmade that I've always wanted and never actually done anything about has been the benchmade 940, the Osborne. The 940 Osborne is one that I've always wanted. The second one that I've always wanted, and I've already tried it, I was loaned one by a friend, is the Mini Adamas. I've talked about it before. If I was to own two benchmades, I'd own a 940 and I'd own a Mini Adamas. I really like the look of the Mini Adamas. I like the way it fits in the hand and feels very solid. It's not quite as beefy as the full size Adamas, and I like the blade shape. It's a very robust design. They are expensive though, or at least they were. Wonder what they go for now. Benchmade Mini Adamas carbon fiber. All right. Yeah, this guy. Now it does have speed holes, and a lot of people don't like speed holes. I don't really care. I still think that that's a rather badass profile. It's not a new design. It's been out for a minute. I don't care. I've handled one of these and I really liked it. $375 gets you carbon fiber, marbled carbon fiber. It gets you, hold on. Axis lock. Is that MagnaCut? I think so. Yeah, MagnaCut. 60 to 62. It's not ideal to get MagnaCut in 60 to 62. I mean, to be fair, the Cortex XL that I own is also in that same range with MagnaCut. But it's not ideal. At least they're telling us up front. They're like, we're going to sell these. We're going to sell these to all the people that say that HRC doesn't matter. If you're going to do 60 to 62, give us S90V. I know there's been S90V variants. I'd much rather have S90V at 60 to 62 than MagnaCut at 60 to 62 all day. In fact, can I get an S90V Mini Adamas? All right. All right. All right. There's got to be one out there somewhere. I swear I've seen it. Crewwear. Yeah, I've seen the Crewwear. I swear I've seen an S90V variant. I swear it. Anyways, long story short, 2 benchmades I would own, Mini Adamas and benchmade Osborne 940. And I would be happy with that. Says, forgot the Mini Adamas, buddy has one. Yeah, man. I borrowed one. Also borrowed a full-size one. I did the review on the full-size one. The same guy who loaned me that one loaned me the Mini Adamas, and before he loaned it to me, he said, I like them both a lot. I carry them both, but I prefer the Mini. You'll see what I mean. And then I took it out of the case. He gave me this big old case of knives, and I never got through all of them. And I handled it as like, yeah, this is definitely the way to go. At least for me. It's all subjective, right? But the Mini Adamas profile is gorgeous. I'll call a spade. Speed holes, could take them, could leave them, don't really care. The marbled carbon fiber looks good. I just wish I could get it in S90V. I swear I've seen it in S90V. Is it DLT? I'm just going to look in the background here real quick. Mini Adamas S90V. Go! Adamas, Mini Adamas. Crewwear. S90V. MagnaCut. That's a really solid photo of one as well. Here's the thing. I rag on Benchmade for their pricing. I don't actually think that this specific one is too terribly overpriced at $375. Carbon fiber, American made, MagnaCut. I'm not overly concerned about that. You know, for example, if you were to get something like this made by Heretic Knives with carbon fiber, you'd spend over $500. Not saying anything bad about Heretic Knives. I'm just saying, like, $375 for this is not that bad in 2025, given how much things cost these days. Is it still more than I wish it was? Of course. Of course I want that for $280. Would we ever get that for $280? Probably not. Just call it like I see it. It says the higher steels are usually in custom shop, but it varies what knives are available. Oh, I forgot about that. They do have a custom shop. Let's see. Can I make it in the custom shop with S90V? Not the Mini Osborne. I want the Mini Adamas. Stop it. Mini Barrage, Mini Crooked River, Mini Grip Tillion, Mini Osborne. Hold on. Shop all custom. Back to the screen share we go. Am I just blind? Can you not actually customize a Mini Adamas in their custom shop? The Auto Adamas with the crossbar auto. I've always actually been interested in those two. Not for $450. Let's not get hasty, Benchmade. Is there an option to take it to the custom shop? If I click personalize, you're not going to just try to sell me some laser etching, right? Right. No. I don't want just laser etching. This bums me out. Ed, this bums me out. What do you mean I can't customize it? Why do you even have a custom shop? Let's see. If this was a bug out and I wanted the bug out. Oh, look, I can customize. That's what I was looking for. But of course, this is a bug out. Let's see here. Blade. No, I don't want this. I don't want to laser engrave it. S30V is $10. S90V is plus $30. Why is S90V only $20 more expensive than S30V? That's crazy. MagnaCut plus $10. Wow. Well, probably because their MagnaCut is, soft. Benchmade, I'm disappointed. I can now go back to hating on you. One of the only knives that Benchmade makes that I actually want, and I can't get it in the steel that I want because they don't let you customize it. Lakeside says, I do kind of want the Benchmade fixed blade with the MagnaCut. You're talking about the Dacian, right? Sierra Rick says, Rolls, let's not get hasty. Don't worry. I've come to my senses. Staten Island, what's up, man? He says, with all due respect, why would you buy an Edgerati then swap non-skeletonized scales? The whole point is the skeletonized scales. If you want to mod a Spidey, you have so many to choose from. I mean, look, when it comes down to it, I'm not buying an Edgerati because I like skeletonized scales. I'm buying an Edgerati eventually, not buying one right now, but eventually, because it's a new Spyderco knife. And every Spyderco knife that I've picked up, I've really liked, really enjoyed. I'm a collector. I'm an enthusiast that carries them. And Spyderco has done a phenomenal job of producing some of the best carry cutting production knives, period. And while we've gotten new Spydercos every single year, a lot of times they're either made in Japan. We're seeing more made in China, and we get some made in Taiwan. And their Taiwanese factory is amazing. The best quality work comes from the Taiwanese factory, but we haven't gotten that many truly new USA-made Spyderco models recently. Yes, we got the Bodacious, but that wasn't really a new Spyderco model, was it? It wasn't. It was a Shaman without the finger choil, which I'm not sure if you were here earlier when I mentioned how little I like the fact that they just did less work to the blade and said, here you go, same price, new USA model. We've been waiting for the Edgerati for a while now. They released it like 2 releases ago in their magazine or their catalog, whatever they call it. I think it was part of the 23 release, right? Am I crazy? Was it the 23 or the 24? Either way, I'm not buying an Edgerati because of the skeletonized scales. I'm buying it in spite of them. One of the things I love most about Spydercos is the ability to customize it with aftermarket parts. You could truly make it yours. Does that mean that it's a bad knife if you don't do that? Absolutely not. Is that something that everyone should do? Absolutely not. But it's something that I severely enjoy doing. I love it when I get a knife that I like from Spyderco, and then I'm looking online and I see that a USA maker, like, for example, Barclay makes amazing scales, not just in titanium, but also in aluminum. It's really cool to be able to make it your own. Some people will ask me, Bowles, is it really still whatever model it was after you change the scales, after you change the clip, after you add a backspacer or change the hardware? The answer is yes, because the blade is the same. The blade is the same. The handles are a huge part of that, because if it's uncomfortable, you're not going to carry it. You won't use it if it's uncomfortable to hold in your hand, right? We all have so many knives, or at least most of us do. that we're not going to carry something like that if we find the scales to be uncomfortable, because there's so many comfortable options out there. But you can change that. I've always wanted Spyderco USA to make titanium folders. There's just something about titanium that I really enjoy. It feels different. It feels different than steel. It feels different than aluminum. It feels good. It's premium. It's exceedingly strong. It's a rare earth metal. It's something that I enjoy on my knives. You can anodize. You can do a lot with titanium. There's a lot of reasons to like titanium, but Spyderco USA does not make titanium scales for their knife. Any of their knives, as far as I'm aware. So you have to go aftermarket. The skeletonized scales are not the reason why you buy an Edgerati. They are something that you accept in spite of that. And I have a feeling a lot of people are going to feel the same way. But that's just my 2 cents. I don't like the skeletonized scales. I don't. I really don't. But I still want one. I still want an Edgerati. I'll still experience it with those scales, and you never know. Maybe it'll grow on me. It's one of those things that you don't know until you have it. But I do like the blade shape on it. With a name like Edgerati, I expect it to be a fantastic cutting machine. I expect great things. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Yo, what's up, Laser Ghost? Mr. Donnie Bless in the house. Good to see you, man. He says, I know you're about done, but yo! You always come in near the end. Bless. I'm sorry. Laser Ghost Knives. You'll always be Donnie Bless to me. You could change the name, but my short-term memory will never forget. Staten Island says, RG Custom Metal Shop makes the best scales. Love them. Super expensive, though. Yeah. Oh, man. That's on my wish list. I would love to get a set of RG Custom Metalwork scales for one of my pair of 3s. All 3 of my pair of 3s have different scales on them from different USA shops. And I like them all, but I really want a set of RG Custom Metalworks. And they're making scales for the smock very soon, if not already. Spyderco smock scales coming from RG Custom Metalworks very soon. Excited about that. I don't know if they're enough to make me give up my Kevin Smock scales. I've got these contoured Kevin Smock scales for the Spyderco smock. There's just something exceedingly cool about having contoured scales from the knife designer that are made here in the US. It's not the deepest contour that's going on here. It's not the deepest contour, but there's definitely a difference. I might be tempted by the smock scales by RG Custom Metalworks. We'll see. What's up, Larry? Says, got a mini Adamas in crewwear with burgundy scales and dark gray blade. A blade show exclusive a few years back. Picked it up before their prices went up or went crazy. All the prices went crazy, man, with tariffs. Benchmade was just ahead of the curve. Sarah Rick says, evening all, Rolls. Thanks for letting me in the Discord. Absolutely, my friend. On the Edge says, I always have a hard time modifying knives much. Even sharpening can make me cringe sometimes. Something about keeping them original and virgin. Oh, lost the message. Of course, there are those that I can do and I can and do carry. I hear it. Totally hear it. There's something that's beautiful about a factory fresh knife, especially if you lean more towards the collector side than the enthusiast side. Totally get that. For me, I have fallen down a lot of different EDC rabbit holes. I've fallen down the knife mod rabbit hole with more than just adding on aftermarket parts. I got a blade polish, or I got a benchtop polisher that I use to do some mirror polish mods. Like, for example, where did I put it? Where did I put it? Where did it go? Where'd you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Here you go. Like on this Lamia. So many Lamia owners cringed and cried when I posted my video putting a mirror polish on this guy. But here's my thing. Like, for me, part of how I enjoy the hobby, the EDC hobby, is collecting. I am definitely a collector. Part of me enjoys carrying. There's something very satisfying about taking something like this and popping open a box, right? Or cutting into a package, or, you know, having the right tool for the job in the scenario that you need it. I don't need a knife every day. That's just the cold, hard truth. But I have one on me every day. One of the rabbit holes that I've fallen into has been knife sharpening. It's exceedingly enjoyable when you have a knife that you use and all of a sudden the edge isn't as good as it was, you know, when you got it brand new, but you still want to carry it. People laugh and they say, oh, buy a new knife. Just buy a new knife. I'm not going to buy another one of these anytime soon. Some people do. I'm not going to. Like, these are hard to get. And when you can get them, they're expensive. So what do? If you are good at knife sharpening, you can put an edge on there that looks fantastic, often performs much better than the factory edge, and brings new life and new appreciation to the knife. Or you could screw up, skip your sharpening stone onto the primary bevel, and end up having to polish your $800 knife. It's just how it goes. But I get it. So for me, I am buoyed by the different rabbit holes that you can fall into. Part of that is maintaining the knives. Part of that is modifying the knives. Part of that is collecting the knives. And part of that is using the knives. All of that is to say, if you lean more towards the collector side, totally makes sense. But if you do enjoy using the knives, you can't be afraid to start learning how to sharpen well enough to where it looks just as good, if not better, with your edge that it did with the factory edge. All right. He says, nah, I'm pretty good at sharpening. I can get it. All of that monologue for nothing. I thought I was gifting wisdom. That's just my truth, though. Like, I get a lot of enjoyment out of sharpening knives that people would shy away from. Like, for example, Cortex XL. This one made people cry when I sharpened this guy. I gotta tell you, though, this edge is way, way better than it was factory. Can you even call it factory on a Craig Brown Cortex XL? Yeah, I use this guy. I'm not hard on my knives. I don't have hard cutting tasks. But if it's in my pocket and I got a package, guess what's opening the package? I digress. It says, I suppose that's what makes this wonderful, as well as the live streams. The different rabbit holes or my monologues. It's definitely not the sound effects. It says, oh yes, rabbit holes. Good thing we have lots of flashlights. I have a full drawer of flashlights, man. A full drawer, and they're all great. They all work really well. If you guys want to know what flashlights I use the most, first one, this is the Woobin X3. Comes with this charging case. So the case itself charges via USB-C, which I really like. And so you can use it as a portable charger for anything else, like your phone or whatever. And then this guy has multiple modes, 2 different lamps. It's decently powerful. Magnetic tail cap, hat clip. Sometimes I'll do stroller walks with my daughter in the dark. I'll clip this to my hat and boom, it's all set. And then the other one, which is almost a direct competitor to that, is this one, the Olight Baton 4. Baton. I also have the Baton 3 that works really well. The Baton 4 is just incredible. I have videos on both of these. I think. I stopped doing flashlight reviews a while ago. Olight still hits me up. Woven still hits me up. The truth is that I like flashlights. I really do. And I use them. But I just don't want to make content for flashlights anymore. Nightcore also makes a really good one. Here we go. EDC 25. Love this guy. EDC 25 is fantastic light. Everyone shows off their Arcfelds. I've got an Arcfeld, and I'll tell you right now, I would carry an EDC 25 over an Arcfeld 7 days a week. Twice on Sunday. Jim says, Baton 4 Pro is in my pouch every day. You know what I'm talking about. Baton 4 Pro is pretty much all the flashlight most people would need. I've got more powerful lights. I have a drawer full of flashlights. I've got more powerful lights. But the Baton 4 Pro is quite honestly, as far as everyday carrying a flashlight goes, it's perfect. Also, Woven X3, super fun, especially if the Baton 4 Pro is charging, I'll pop this guy out. If this guy's charging, I'll pop that guy out. They're both great. Those are my two top used flashlights for EDC. Hold on. Hey, good to see you, Todd. He says, time and effort. Eventually, the skill comes with practice. Sharpening tells you a bunch about your steel as well. Yeah, I'm no pro sharpener. I've screwed up plenty of times. It's a lot of fun, though, when you find the perfect edge for a knife, because it's different for each knife, right? Based on the geometry, based on the steel type. Different types of edges work better for different types of steels and different types of geometries. I used to really get into getting a mirror polished edge on every single knife. I stopped doing that once I realized that it's just not ideal for every single knife, even if it does look good. But it is fun chasing a mirror polish. All right, guys. Well, I went for nearly 2 hours. Nearly. I did it for you. You guys are always asking me for longer live streams. That's going to do it for me today. Just a heads up, I may or may not be going live this Saturday. I may or may not be going live this Saturday. I will do my best to give everyone a heads up if I'm not. But I'm just telling you now, I may not be live this Saturday. If I'm live this Saturday, I won't be live the Saturday after Christmas. Almost said Thanksgiving. With all that being said, thank you everyone for jumping into the live stream tonight. Whether you just got here or you've been here the whole time, I definitely appreciate you guys. I hope the rest of your week is absolutely fantastic, and I hope to see you next time. If you want to chop it up with me, you can find me over at the Only Spartans Discord. And other than that, I'll catch you on the flip side.